Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're doing our longer readings from February 1st through the 15th for my Aries. Happy Valentine's Day, my Aries. So, longer reading, I use 4 decks. I use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, gives me that main message. I then go to my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards, fills in gaps, and then I ask for advice from my Osha Zen Tarot cards, and then I take one card from my Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards. Now I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay. The 9th, we have our full moon. It is in Leo. Now, we are in Aquarius season, and it's the total opposite of Aquarius, so it's really going to have some really strong energy. Leo is a fire sign, such as you. Also, too, Valentine's Day is on the 14th, so happy Valentine's Day again, my Aries. Okay. I do post a lot of articles I post them in the community page on YouTube, also in my Facebook page, and also I do have a presence. It's not as strong as Facebook and the community page, but I do have a presence on Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. So let's go right into our readings. Remember, I'm an intuitive channeler, and what that means is I open myself up to my higher power spirit, and whatever the words are, whatever the message is, it comes through. So let's see what we have. 3 cards face down. The first 2 are reversed. Kind of strong message there. Here we go for my Aries. Justice. Archangel Raguel. Now, justice is an interesting card. Is this karmic type of justice? This could be going on especially around, I feel, something about the 8th. February 8th, I'm feeling like that 8th, and that 8th is right before that full moon. I'm feeling like things are kind of coming into a better alignment for you at this time. So is this karmic? Is this actually a legal issue that, again, the 8th keeps coming to me? Now, usually when a number comes to me, it can mean like 8 minutes, 8 hours, 8 days, 8 weeks, or just the date itself, 8 months, okay? But I'm feeling, since we're talking about the 1st through the 15th, something about the 8th is really coming through here. So whoever that is, something about the 8th, this is really going to happen strong. Oh, okay, this is the 8th. This is an 8 too. I couldn't see that per se. But Archangel Raguel, fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. Again, this is the 8th, but I was feeling really strongly the 8th. I was hearing that too. 8, 8, 8. Now, so kind of be aware that this could be a time that you have to pull it together. You have to possibly present your case. And this could be, is this at work? It could be. Or this could be in one of those other relationships we talk about. I talk about one is work, job, career, intimate, personal, interpersonal, or something with family. So something about this is like you have to present your case. You have to, maybe, I don't know, are you being accused of something that you didn't do, or are you being accused of something you did do, but you have to kind of do a little bit of that, shuffle? I'm not saying about that one. But it's like, just be really prepared at any moment. It doesn't even have to be an accusation. It could also be, you're called into an HR meeting because they want to know why you needed why you put in your budget, okay? You just need to, so something about this time, especially around that 8th, something about from, the 1st through the 15th, just be prepared to, to present your case. Okay? Okay. Next card, again, this is reversed, renewal, another archangel. And this is about, it's really, really interesting with this type of energy. Whatever this is all about, I kind of feel like with my Aries, you might just kind of get a little disgusted with with not necessarily the outcome, but with what they're asking you to do. So if you're in a position where you presented your budget, okay, for the next year, even though, they might have wanted it before January 1st, but you presented your budget, and they're questioning your every decision, it may be a time for you to just kind of say, am I where I really need to be? And of course, if you're not, in my Aries, you do get a little bit on that restless side. So really kind of chill back a little bit too. It is for you then, remember, it's easier to get a job when you have a job, okay? But you may want to start thinking about, okay, is this where I want to be? Or this could also be that there's a very legalistic type of energy around whatever the company is that you work for too. I'm not saying, policies and procedures are needed. They're needed, okay? I'm not saying, not to follow them, but, whatever it is, I feel like you felt like from somebody out there, their hands have been tied for too long, and now they're going to start possibly looking for a new direction, new job, new career, okay? So these 2 weeks could be extremely important for you. Remember, this is this is not quite, we're getting closer to Pisces season, but we're not quite there. And that's the end not only of your astrological year, but the whole astrological year. And when that happens, a lot of wrapping up is done in that season. So this could be that precursor to that wrapping up. So again, review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts, time to move in a new direction. So you may even be thinking about you might be thinking about changing careers, changing jobs, changing locations too. So you might be thinking about some major changes. I feel like you're thinking. I'm not saying you're doing or you're acting on it, but I feel like you may be thinking about some major changes coming in your life. Okay? Your next card here is the Knight of Air. Air energy is Aquarius energy, also Gemini. It's also Libra. It's your thoughts. It's hearing news. So again, whatever, again, I go back to that budget thing. So, you're called in to defend, why do you need, an extra person? Well, because my people are spending, instead of working 40 hours a week, they're all working 50 hours a week. And the overtime, the overtime that they're all doing, that they're all putting in would pay for another person. Okay. I mean, it's like that type of, it's like it makes a lot of sense to you what you have to defend, but it's almost like it doesn't make sense to them, and you're like, what the heck is going on here? So the Knight of Air, very directional. You could be hearing news. It's kind of like, okay, you know what? I'm moving on. I feel like this is the type of energy around you for this beginning of February. There's this, again, the restlessness. There is restless, my Aries, you do get restless, and it's kind of like, maybe it's time for me to move again. Okay. So intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options. So I'm not saying that it's just because you feel like you might need to move. I'm not saying that you should move. Remember, it's easier to get a job when you got a job. Creative solutions, because maybe instead of fire signs like to just kind of like, okay, I'm done, I'm moving on, I'm done. Maybe it would be better for you and the people that are around you if you just actually stayed and you said, no, this is logical, okay? So these are some of the energies going on. Part of it is you want to, you want to cut and run. But it might actually be, when it says, take time to carefully review your options, it might actually be good if you just stay where you're at and you fight that battle. I know there's many times over you've kind of said, I've tried to fight it, can't fight City Hall. So my John Holland, so that there is kind of a push. I am, not, even though Michael isn't here, Archangel Michael, I do feel kind of a warrior type of energy about you, my Aries. Okay, let's see what we have here with my John Holland. Let's go on. We're going to cut 1, 2, and 3. All of these are face down. First card. Okay, reversed. Conflict and defeat. Okay, so whatever this thing is that you have to defend, whatever, it's just, I feel like you're saying, my Aries, I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired of this stuff. I'm sick and tired of this stuff. It's like every year I have to fight this. You know what then? If you have to do this every year, then you should be pretty good at it then, because you continue to be back every year to do this, okay? So this conflict is one of these things. So this might be one of those energies that you feel every year. Maybe you leave and say, I'm never doing that again. I'm going to find another job, and then you don't, because you know that this is where you're needed or this is where you should be, okay? So come on, pick up the cards. There we go. Moving on. Well, this one is kind of this is, okay, so time to move in a new direction, and then we have one that is moving on. So you could be moving on. You could be, looking for that new job. Again, you might be getting a lot of things settled in, so that, because if you are, you'll probably interview more in that Pisces season in order to wrap up your astrological year, if that's what this is all about. But this is leaving the dark behind and moving into that light. Okay, and your next card, your last card, wisdom. Okay, so then we go back to take time to review your options, review and evaluate. Really think about these changes before you make those changes. Now, you know what? I'm not somebody to say, if you see a job that you might be in, heck, go ahead and put out your resume, okay? Put it out there. You can always interview. It doesn't mean you're going to get it. Doesn't mean you're not going to get it. I am always one to say there's choices, okay? But then once you get the package and once you look at the bigger picture, that's when you make your choices, okay? Okay, let's go on. What advice can you give my Aries? So yeah, there could be some, like I said, there could be a situation at your work where you just are kind of sick and tired of having to defend it, or it could actually be even a legal issue. The 8th keeps coming back to me, and even though that Justice card does say the 8th, does say 8, it does keep coming back to me. So something around that full moon's on the 9th. So remember too, when full moons, even if it's a positive full moon that's going to push things forward, people get real emotional about it. So just be aware that you could be around people that are extremely emotional. Okay, so here we go. 3 cards face down. Let's see what we have here. First card. Okay, reversed. Here we have the dreamer. The dreamer. This is kind of a, so in some ways, it's good to have hope. It's good to have dreams. It's good to strive to make your dreams a reality. But at the same time, is this dream of this young girl, is this realistic? Is it a realistic dream? So you need to make sure that whatever you're going towards is realistic. If you say, well, you know what, I'm going to quit my job and I know that I'm going to get another job, that's really not realistic, okay? And I don't know why I have to keep stressing that to somebody. But I think that whatever this first part is, this defense that you have to do, that you always have to do, I really feel it's going to irk you. So, yeah, and you might, just chill back a little bit. Chill back. Okay. Next card here. Understanding. This is really good for you. This is a great card for you because here, this bird is in this cage, and this bird thinks that he or she is trapped. Okay, and that and can't join. There's other birds out there. See the other birds? I don't know if you can see them. There's other birds out there, and then the birds I think the birds out there kind of like probably fluttered by, and then the bird inside the cage fluttered to another area where there was an opening. So this, so is this about moving on? It could definitely be, but it's understanding that there are options out there, that you are not as trapped as you feel. Okay, so, but it's interesting that's going on, because this bird wants to join those other birds, because it's interesting that this is time to move in a new direction, moving on, and then you get the understanding. There's options. There's an opening. Okay. Your last card, reversed again. experiencing. This is part of this. This is an interesting card too. Part of this is just being one, but it's also living day by day. It's one day at a time. It's that, it's take the experiences, grow from it, learn from it, but the thing is, it's don't, even if it's a negative experience, learn from it, okay? Mistakes aren't mistakes. Mistakes are only mistakes if you don't learn from them, okay? So let's go on here. Let's see what we have. My Archangel Power Tarot cards, Riley Valentine. What else can you say for my Aries? So my Aries, I do, again, I do feel that you have been, maybe because we're getting closer and closer, and this will come up a little bit more for my Aries, but I do feel a restlessness from you. I think I've mentioned that before on the shorter readings. So, and it might be that this is just that time of year that happens for you. Okay, one card face down, not reversed. Here we go. The Two of Michael. Michael is air energy. Again, that's that Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini energy. It will be, okay, it will be better. It will all be better if you just make a decision. Overanalyzing a problem, finding a compromise. Okay, so the thing is too, is don't, even if it's something that keeps coming up, or even, like I said, I feel like you just, I feel like there's just this frustration. It's like you keep having to defend this. You keep, this is more of this work thing, I think. I think it's more work, but it could be those other decisions too. So, it could be very much a personal, where you feel like you always have to defend your actions, your decisions, and, there's a restlessness happening at the same time. Take that for what you will, my Valentine Aries. So if you enjoyed my readings, please remember to like, share, subscribe. But as always, my Aries, know that you are loved and be blessed. Bye-bye.